You know, after watching the film, I was really pleased with some of the areas that we made progress in, you know, as a team. Up at Arkansas, first of all, I thought we competed well in the game. Tough circumstance, being on the road, not good weather conditions. Knew that we would have to persevere, you know, sort of an emotional surge, you know, in the beginning of the game, which we were able to do. And, you know, I thought as the game went on, played better and better, which was good, that we could keep our poise and stay focused. And I still think that, you know, we always see things that we can improve on. We probably had a few too many penalties in all areas. You know, still need to continue to work on developing the kind of consistency in some areas of our game, whether it's the passing game or, you know, I really was not pleased with how some of the backup players, you know, sort of when they got an opportunity to play, what their readiness was to play. I know nobody really cares about this, but you know, for young players to learn how to prepare for a game and how to motivate themselves for a game, and for the older players to take some of the responsibility for helping them do that, is probably an important aspect of developing your team. You know, being average is contagious. I think I said this after the game. If you demand more of yourself, you get more. If we went out and asked some 12-year-old kid, what do you need to do to improve on, he'd probably have to sit there and think for a half hour, 45 minutes about something that he could improve on. If we went and asked Peyton Manning what could he improve on, he'd probably write a novel about all the things that he could do better relative to all the success that he's had. So the point is there's always room to improve. You've never really arrived. The goal should be to make the team stronger. We need to work, you know, on demanding more from each other and from ourselves so that we can become a better team. It's human nature sometimes that, you know, people respond better when things go bad. Well, I want to see if our players have the maturity to be able to respond even when things don't go bad. So that's something that we'll see if we can manage a little bit better this week than we have in some past weeks. You know, players of the week, you know, on offense, Eddie Lacy and Chance Warmack. Chance was also the SEC Lineman of the Week. Defense, Adrian Hubbard and C.J. Mosley. Specialist, Cade Foster. And special teams, Cade Foster and D. Hart.
Coach, you've been able to get out to fast starts in all three of your games, some pretty big leads in the first quarter each week. Just talk about your team's ability to get out fast.
What was the score at the first quarter of the last game? We didn't get off very fast. I mean, I remember it being 7-0 for a long time. Is that we want to try to, you know, wear people down as we go, psychologically as well as physically.
Your defensive backs aren't taught to backpedal. Why is that? And were you taught to backpedal when you were a defensive back?
They're taught to backpedal. They all can backpedal. You come to practice every day. They backpedal an individual. They backpedal sometimes when they're playing. We play our corners up on people a lot, so sometimes they bail off, sometimes they play bump and run. You know, sometimes they get off and backpedal. I just think that we're just not philosophically into playing a lot of soft coverage, you know, where you line up 7, 8, 9 yards off a guy and give them a lot of easy throws in front. But we do teach them how to backpedal. We teach them how to plant and drive out of the backpedal. There are coverages that we have where corners do play off. It's just not philosophically how we play most of the time.
And also, you talked a little bit.
I can backpedal.
Okay.
I can backpedal when I play, and I can still backpedal and cover. Somebody.
Kenyon Drake has shown pretty impressive explosiveness at times. Is that something he's been consistent with even since camp? And what is his progress been?
Yeah, well, he's done a good job, and you know, we need to continue to have him progress and mature as a player. And you know, there's more to being a good running back than just carrying the ball. You know, there's a time when you have to block, and there's a time when you have to understand things in the passing game and do things correctly. And young players have to realize, you know, the importance of that. And Kenyon can also be a good special teams player for us because he has really good speed and he's very tough. So You know, he's a guy that we need to continue to develop and add depth on our team. We're pleased with his progress. You know, most of the time you guys ask me about practice. Let me just tell you about practice. Guys don't do different things in the games than they do in practice. Almost everything that we messed up in practice. And almost everything guys do well in the game, they did well in practice. So the guy makes good runs in practice, and he made a few good runs in the game. But that's the way it goes, you know, kind of is what it is.